Good morning, Fifth. This is the Poo Guru again. I'm going to start adding in dates and times to my videos, and hopefully that'll help keep everybody on the same timeline as things are happening. I don't know if I'll do any live streaming in the future, probably not. I do not plan on monetizing any of my videos at all. Why? I don't like money. Yeah, some of you are probably laughing or saying, okay, yeah, you're stupid. Look, I'm going to get into that later, but just for right now, I don't like money. So we're going to go from here. It is July the 5th, about 9:30 a.m. I'm here at the house, and I'm fixing to start day number 5 on this stump removal and the ground leveling, because the girlfriend, she wants a pool. Well, we were trying to be logical about it, and so we measured it out. You know, we did some price comparisons on pools and everything else like that, and you know, just the ground itself, we were looking at it. Yeah, we've got enough room for about a 14-foot diameter pool, maybe about 3 to 4 feet deep. And if I get it leveled out right, I should be able to just walk right off the deck and right into the pool. So I guess in addition to this, I'll be building a deck around the pool once we get it. I'm adding this in here to day 5 of the stump removal. I'm going to pan around and kind of give you an overview of what is going on right now. I'm going to get out of the camera view and move it around a little bit so if it's shaky, deal with it. I'm not a cameraman, I'm a plumber. Alright, as you can see, I have installed a physical barricade. That was because over the weekend we had company over, and I didn't want anybody falling into the hole. I'll zoom in a little bit closer and let you see it, but I just took, you know, the materials that I was using and kind of put them up around the area that I was working so that I could make a physical barricade to hopefully prevent anybody from falling in. And it worked. Nobody fell into the hole, which for the most part nobody got nobody really got close to it, so it was okay. So I'm going to do some zooming and stuff and kind of pan around a little bit and let you see what's going on. Right there, I just screwed it into the existing deck just for stability, and the 2x4 right there is the second one that I had taken out of, or I was using to level, basically kind of get me an idea of where I wanted to put the dirt and how high and whatnot. I may do some extra commentary after I get finished with this to kind of explain things, or if you have questions, you know, shoot them in the comment section. I will answer them. Not unless it's just something stupid, but hey, you know what, scratch that. There are no stupid questions. Ask me anything you want to about this project. If it's something, another project or something other, put a comment on that particular one. You know, come on, let's try to keep it halfway organized so everybody's not chasing their tail. So today I'm just going to concentrate on burning the stump, and maybe digging a little bit around it, maybe trying to pull the side roots out. Now, if you noticed in one of the previous videos, I did pull out a couple big roots, and I was able to do that with my 3-ton come along and my 1.5-ton come along and some just chain that I've acquired over the years. Let me see. I'm going to move the camera and get a better view of this. It's the Poo Guru and I'm back again. This is my stump project. I'm probably going to put all of these videos all into one, and then put the time lapse afterwards. I may add some commentary afterwards, who knows. But I've got you an overview. I am on top of, well, I am standing on the deck, and I'm going to try to zoom in. This is the area that I've been working on and the hardest. I've got a big old root right here that I've got both of my come-alongs on, and it ain't budging. So, yeah, my camera skills suck. Eat me. But there's my 1.5 tons. Let me get you a zoom in on it. Yeah, see, it's not real big, and I don't have a whole lot of chain with it, and I don't have a whole lot of the line reeled out on it. I tried to use as much chain as I possibly could. The 3-ton, however, I let it all the way out, and you can tell it's just a little bit bigger, hopefully. I may try to get you a size comparison, but I mean, just kind of back and forth here, you can kind of see that it's a little bit bigger. Get you a little bit bigger on screen here. You can see it's got some pretty good sized teeth. Let's see, what's that say? Yep. Trying to get it to focus on. There we go. Tough Tug, pretty neat little camera. Hoist and puller, 3,000 pound lift, 5,000 or 6,000 pound pull. So 6,000 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, is 3 tons. All right, enough of that. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Ah! Okay, so what I'm going to try to accomplish today is the ones that I've got the chains that I had on this root. I want to loosen them up because they've had tension on them for probably about 4 or 5 days now, and I'd really like to be able to use these come-alongs again and keep this thing from snapping and hurting something, whether it be me or my equipment or one of the animals that we have around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up somewhere right in the middle and start me a little fire, drill me a couple little holes. Well, I'm going to drill a few holes first, and then I'm going to start a fire, and then what I hope to accomplish is burn this root so that the tension that's on it pulls it out of the ground, because there's still a lot of meat right there, or wood I should say. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't take very long, maybe a couple hours, and I can get these chains and stuff out of the way, and I can do some more digging whenever it's like ridiculously hot in the afternoon, or just do it tomorrow morning. I don't know. And keep on keeping on with this stump removal. So that is that. it's the Poop Guru again. Well, that came out a lot easier than I thought it would. I was expecting to be here half a day. Well, I guess now I'm just going to keep hammering away at the center of the trunk, or a center of the stump, I should say, and you know, just try to eat out as much of it as I possibly can. There's a couple on the other side. I'm going to try to, well, it'll be in, I guess, almost dead center, almost to the top of the screen at the moment. There's a couple small ones. I'm going to try to pull out. So this is, you know, just in kind of intermediate commentary to kind of give you an update on things. Now, I do want to kind of explain a couple things on how I am doing my stump burning. The contraption I have made is just a squirrel cage fan that I picked up from a hardware store, one of the, you know, a cheap one, a modified milk jug, and a chain link fence pole. I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit and let you see it. So, I mean, you can tell it's nothing fancy, it's nothing special, and if you've watched any of the rest of the videos, you can see I screwed that milk jug into there, but if you've watched any of the rest of the videos, you've kind of seen, you know, how I've got it set up and how I've done it. That, you know, I'm just using my resources, and I'm not using any extra propellant or anything flammable in there aside from wood that came from this particular tree, that it has been split up into logs. Now, mind you, this tree has been cut down for almost 3 years now, and for the most part it is not rotten at all. It is a pine stump, a pine tree of some sort. I'm not sure what variety, but the shavings that came out of it whenever I would drill, they would light up like freaking matches. So yeah. Now, I do want to iterate this. This is dangerous. I am working with fire. I do not recommend this for anyone that is not an adult or anyone that doesn't have common sense. People, please be safe. Be aware that fire is dangerous. I do have a water hose. Okay, you can see I've got a water hose right there. I'll get a better shot of it, but I do have a water hose. It is charged, and if things start getting out of control because I'm not paying attention, or the wind picks up and goes a different direction and blows ashes somewhere, then, you know, I'm going to take charge of it. But I'm doing my very best to make this as controlled as possible, and, you know, just trying to be safe. I don't want to screw anything up. I don't want to have to go out there and, you know, put out the woods or you know, call the fire department because the house is burning down. So I'm going to stay out here with it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to monitor it, and I'm going to make sure it's safe. If it starts getting out of control, I'm going to throttle it down or put it out completely. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Yeah, now whenever I make my fires, I try to get a concave area so that it's kind of like a bowl almost, and I'll just put whatever it is in there. You know, if I've already got hot coals, I'll just move them over, and then I'll stack thinner, flatter pieces of wood on top to kind of make a cavity, a void, if you will, so that the air can move around and burn and create, you know, the currents that are burning this thing out fast. And if you notice, I will keep adding wood to it on top of it. As it goes further into the stump, I will, you know, adjust the fan accordingly so that I get the best airflow. Right now it's starting to die a little bit, but it's hot. I could turn the fan off for an hour and come back and start this thing right back up if I have just a few hot coals and some extra wood, or fuel, whichever you want to call it. So if I think of anything else, I'll add it in, but right now I'm going to readjust my come-alongs and my chains, and you know, keep this I don't know what you would call it, jet stump burner. Yeah, jet stump burner. I'm gonna keep my jet stump burner going as long as I can, and see if I can get some more of this stump knocked out. So I'm gonna leave it here and go back to my time lapse. Poo Guru out. Again, Fifth, this is the Poo Guru. Things are progressing well, I think, on the stump removal, and I've got it pretty freaking hot right now, and I'm going to do a test. I did this the other day and I had it really hot, so I'm going to see if I can make it work again. I did make a comment on one of the other videos in response to a comment about it being hot enough to melt glass. Now, this is a glass bottle, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put it on the end of this rod right here. I think it's a stainless steel pipe. And I'm going to insert it into the fire. Alright, I don't want to break it. So I'm going to, it'll probably take about 10 minutes, so I'm not going to do it on real time. I'm going to do it time lapse. Hopefully nobody will have an objection to this. If they do, then I'll do a whole nother test and do it in real time, or just tell you to go get fucked. I don't care. So I'm going back to time lapse mode. Poo Guru out. Well, how about that, Fifth? This is the Poo Guru again. I just got through showing you just how damn hot this fire really is. I took 2 glass bottles and melted them, and you've seen the glob of shit that was left. I'll zoom in on it for you just a little bit so you can actually see it. It's that little glob right there about center of your screen. Now, mind you, this was 2 glass bottles plus or minus, so there may be bits left in there, which actually I did pull out part of the other glass bottle, probably about half of it, so that's probably about 1.5 melted down. So just to kind of go ahead and nip some shit in the bud, I took the liberty of Googling, let me see if I can get it where it'll focus for you, what temperature does brown glass, let's see, What temperature does brown glass melt? Alright, I hope you can see that. So, what I did, go back one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, let's see, those were beer bottles, and I scrolled through here and I seen one that says beer bottles. Melting point of glass, the physics. Let's see, at what temperature does glass become malleable without melting? Let's see, what temperature does a beer bottle melt at? Right here in the very first paragraph, a beer bottle will melt at around 1,832 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,000 degrees Celsius. Let's see what else it says about that particular. Alright. Specifically talking about glass bottles and reshape them. Okay, so this is like a forum of some sort, and says, let me get up here so I can read some more of it for you. The temperature to which you are referring is called glass transformation temperature. Alright, range at which glass changes from solid to liquid. Let's see. Soda, lime, silica, glass, beer bottles, pickle containers, and windows are made from SLS glass. Working range. Alright. Now, you say, okay, that's a little bit lower to begin with. No, it starts to become malleable, which it goes from a rigid solid to a more flowing liquid, so you can move it. If it was cool enough to touch, you could move it with your fingers, so to speak. Let's see. Alright, temperature, looking for the working range is the softening point and the working point, which for the same kind of glass is between 700 and 1,000 degrees Celsius. Make sure you wear your PPE, your personal protective equipment. You can slump glass bottles in a campfire. The temperature is too variable to make it effective for working. Find the glass blown apart once it cools down. Internal stress. Now see, this particular website. Alright, I've got a brand new memo here. I can paste that to it. Alright. Well. Paste. Okay. Here. You can pause it. I'm leaving it on here for a few seconds just in case, you know, I don't want to be one of them guys, oh, you didn't leave it up there long enough. No, come on guys, I've been there, I've done that, I got mad myself. So, you know, this is enough seconds for you to pause it, so. Alright. So that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I could probably tell you that this might be used as a, well, I know it's hot enough to braze metals together. Depending on the filler metal, yeah, it's anywhere from about 700 to 1,300 degrees, maybe a little hotter, but you don't want to burn up your metal. But I think this would be ineffective unless you were, unless you were trying to heat up a really big, heavy, like brass valve or something other that you want to braze on. But still, you know, I don't think this would be a very effective way unless this was a last resort. Could you do it? Yes, probably. You'd have to really engineer your stump. If you look in some of my previous videos, you see that at the beginning of this, and I've got plenty of other stumps I'm going to try it on, but at the beginning of this I drilled several holes in it, like one in the front kind of at a downward angle, and one in the top, and then two on or one on either side, left and right side facing the stump. And if you watch, I actually have a real-time clip in there on one of them. That stuff sounds like a freaking jet engine coming out of there, and the holes started out being about 1 inch in diameter, with 3/4 to 1 inch in diameter, because of that's the size drill bits that I used. So I mean, I guess if you did it like that, and you were like trying to braze some pipe together or of some sort, it still may not be very effective, but it is doable. So now the reason I'm talking about brazing pipe is because I'm a master plumber, and you know, hey, this is a tip. Just I happen to be thinking about it, so I'm gonna throw it in here for you. You know, just Easter egg, I guess, or a little bonus, or whatever you want to call it. But it's rolling again. That sucker's friggin' hot. I did a little bit of rearranging on it a few minutes ago before I started this video, and it's just steady eating. I think once it dies down a little bit and I have to rearrange it again, I'm probably going to end up having to move everything, so I may rearrange the camera angle, get you a better idea of it. But I'm going to go back to time lapse right now, and just that way we can kind of fast forward through watching it eat, or at least you can. My happy ass has got to sit here and watch it. Anywho, Poo Guru signing out.